So what we have done into last classes, we have seen the basic experiment, which will be photoelectric effect. I will just brief all this thing into next 1 or 2 minutes. Then we will do 3 4, or maybe if time allows we will go for 5 questions, and that all questions are different. And 2 question is one of the my favorite question. Other as are just as your in examination type problem, but I have raised the limit of problem from your examination to next the higher level. So but before that, you have to just focus on these particular thing. What are the thing? You have to just identify all the notation. This is electron. Assume this is free. This is incoming wave of some wavelength lambda. After the scattering, there is another wave lambda dash, and E will be just going to recoil. This electron is going to recoil, and I have taken this one as reference angle. So this will be angle phi. Sometime people will take angle theta or angle phi. So you have to say that this scattering angle is phi and recoil angle is theta according to my notation. So in the examination, don't say that वहां पर sir theta दे दिया था, what I will do. So just focus on this. What we have get? We have get lambda dash minus lambda is equal to h upon m naught c 1 minus cos phi. This is the first observation, and this is actually basically we have delta lambda is equal to h upon m naught c 1 minus cos phi. So this is the first observation, and we have seen that this delta lambda is independent of incoming wave. So this is very interesting. But we can write lambda dash in term of lambda. This h upon m naught c, h upon m naught c is identified as critical or Compton wavelength, and this is given. I have given you into the last class. What will be this thing? So
Compton length.
this is Compton wavelength. I am just writing this thing. So this is Compton wavelength
2.46 into 10 to minus
2.4, isn't it? 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 12 meter. Am I right? 2.46 or 2.4. So this is some order of picometer. So this is the direct formula. Another formula is recoil energy, recoil kinetic energy, basically recoil kinetic energy of electron, and this will be the recoil kinetic energy of electron will be basically, you can find h nu minus h nu dash is equal to delta k, and you can write in term of lambda also. So you can just write hc upon lambda minus hc upon lambda dash is equal to delta k. So this will be recoil kinetic energy, and whatever the energy given to the this all energy associated with this particular incoming wave will be divided into exactly two part. First part, it will just go for a scattered wave which has different wavelength, so it has different energy, and another will be give the kinetic energy of this particular of electron. And always try to think this is in the relativistic domain. What is meaning of relativistic domain? You have to use the energy and momentum of the relativistic domain. So this is very important. And this is just like a collision problem, nothing else. This is just like a collision problem into two-dimensional plane. And next very important formula, you can just write this all thing is that tan theta is equal to, just you can write sine phi upon lambda dash upon lambda minus cos phi. So this is the compact formula, you can just write, and always you can write lambda dash. Exam में ये भूल जाता है ना, lambda dash is equal to lambda plus delta lambda. So if you can use this thing, you can just write each and everything. Only these three formula will be used, but sometime you have to go with the first principle. Not any formula is going to work. You have to go the first principle. So what is the first principle? First thing you have to go for conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum. And second thing, you have to go for conservation of energy. So these all can be derived with the conservation of momentum and conservation of energy. So if you are going to recall this frame, then there is every question you are going to attempt it. So always try to, if you want to just revise this thing, just recall this particular frame, just revise again and again each and everything, and you can find. And another two thing is very important, that maximum change in wavelength is all about maximum change in wavelength is for phi is equal to pi. So this will be lot of time people will just give you information that a scattered electron will backscatter, that that photon will backscatter. Backscattered means it will just go into opposite direction, means phi is 90, sorry, phi is pi by pi, or this thing. Now, so this is the all important formula. Let's try to go step by step some problem. So let's try to go do this thing. So let's go for first problem. If you have any doubt, you can just ask me. I don't think there is any doubt. We have covered each and everything. Okay, so let's go
सर
for
वो
yes.
सर वो मैक्सिमम चेंज इन वेवलेंथ लिखा है ना?
हाँ, maximum change in wavelength. Yes.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay. So let's go for first problem. The first problem is just a warm-up problem that you can just use and apply this formula. So what is this thing? So please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. So there is incident wave, and that incident wave is given as 10 picometer. What is picometer? Picometer is actually 10 into 10 to the power minus 12 मीटर. अब आपको बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप जस्ट फटाफट कैलकुलेशन करना जहां मैं कहूंगा, फिर जब आप डाउट के लिए बोलूंगा तो आप बोलोगे. ठीक है. So lambda is equal to 10 picometer, 10 into 10 to the power minus 12. So first question it is given, what will be scattered wavelength of photon if scattering angle is pi by 4, means 45 degree. Scattering angle is pi by 4. Second, we have to calculate maximum recoil energy of electron. So these two things we have to calculate. So first is very simple. So first in that, what will be a scattered wavelength? So if we are going to calculate delta lambda, and this delta lambda is all about lambda c and 1 minus cos phi. So this will be lambda dash minus lambda is equal to lambda c 1 minus cos phi. This is a very simple question, but this type question is also coming in your exam. So lambda dash is equal to lambda plus lambda c 1 minus cos phi. Put the value lambda is equal to 10 into 10 to the power minus 12. Put lambda c is equal to 2.46 into 10 to the power minus 12 and cos phi, and you can find cos phi is equal to 1 upon root 2, because you have to calculate cos pi by 4 is equal to 1 upon root 2. You can just put all this thing. I am leaving the calculation with yourself, and I think this answer will be come to 10.7 picometer. How do you know that this answer is correct? Obviously, you will see this lambda dash will be greater than lambda, and it should be in the range. It is not that you are sending the 10 to the power minus 12 and scattering will be 10 to the power some different power. The power should be approximately same. So you have to just keep in mind that these two are very comparable to each other, but scattered wavelength is more than this. Now, second question is more interesting. And what is the second question? We have to calculate the maximum recoil energy of the electron. What is meaning of kinetic energy of recoil? So kinetic energy of electron is equal to, we can find hc upon lambda minus hc upon lambda dash. So this is the kinetic energy of electron. But now look at, if this will be maximum, this have to be minimum. If kinetic energy is maximum, then this must be minimum. So maximum kinetic energy means minimum energy associated to the scattered wave, and minimum energy associated to the scattered wave means a scattered wave have maximum wavelength, because energy is less, wavelength is more. So what we need? We need, and to find delta lambda minus lambda is given as lambda c, and that will be 1 minus cos phi. So for getting the maximum wavelength, hence we will get this maximum wavelength, which means that the scattering, suppose this kind of situation is there, suppose you are just this is your wavelength going of the scattered light, and this is going in downward. So whatever the energy is coming, it is divided into two parts. So if its energy will decrease, its energy will increase. This is the thing. So what we want? For the maximum kinetic energy, we want maximum wavelength, and the maximum wavelength will be getted by lambda dash is equal to lambda c plus lambda c 1 plus cos phi plus lambda, and for that we have to, this will be minus, which means phi is equal to pi. So for the maximum kinetic energy of electron also, what we need phi must be pi, then only it will get the maximum kinetic energy. So why this lambda dash will be 2 lambda c plus lambda. Once you will get this thing, you can put it here and you can get the answer. I am just so you have to just calculate this all part. This is very interesting. So now you can get maximum kinetic energy. Maximum kinetic energy is equal to hc upon lambda minus hc upon lambda plus 2 lambda c. You have lambda, you have 2 lambda c, you have value of hc, and everything you can calculate. So this will be, I think, 6.54 into 10 to the power minus 15 joule. So just do calculation with yourself, because if I will do calculation here, it will take unnecessary time, and that will be make very clumsy. Okay, so just try to do this calculation. If any calculation will wrong, let me know. I will just check it, but I think this is the correct one. So this is the first problem. What is the basic, why we are doing this problem? Every problem have some story, because in this problem what we learn that the maximum kinetic energy of electron will get when we are getting that maximum wavelength, or maximum wavelength will get when we are getting that phi must be pi. So I can make an algorithm. What will be maximum kinetic energy of electron equivalent to lambda dash maximum equivalent to phi is equal to pi. So this algorithm you have to remember whenever the question will come into your examination. And don't worry, in the examination they will just ask a straightforward question, straightforward. So you have to be very much conscious that how you are doing this calculation and each and everything. If you have any doubt, you can just ask me. Otherwise, I will go to my favorite question.
सर इलेक्ट्रॉन की रेस्ट मास एनर्जी भी होगी यहाँ?
I am just talking about kinetic energy, then everything is yes, electron की rest mass energy होगी, क्यों नहीं होगी?
सर वो कैंसिल हो जाएगी नहीं सर?
नहीं, अरे आप तो kinetic energy आपका फॉर्मूला आपने नहीं देखा? What is this? hc upon lambda is equal to hc upon lambda dash plus kinetic energy, यही तो है. Or if you want to write the conservation rule, don't worry, write the conservation rule. So if you want to write the conservation rule, hc upon lambda plus m naught c square is equal to hc upon lambda dash plus total energy, and total energy is equal to p square c square minus m naught square c4. And if I will take it into this side, then what you will get? You will get same expression. hc upon lambda is equal to hc upon lambda dash is equal to root under p square c square minus m naught square c4 minus m naught c square. What is this thing? This thing is nothing but the kinetic energy. Okay, good. So यहाँ confuse करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Straightforward you can get this thing. Just try to do yourself each and every point. Compton effect is just a simple cakewalk in the examination, but before that you have to do all this calculation. Okay, so let's go to the next problem, which is yes.
सर एक छोटा सा डाउट है सर, हम लोगों ने जो स्कैटर्ड वेवलेंथ है, मतलब एनर्जी है, उसको मिनिमम लिया सर. हम लोग उसको जीरो नहीं ले सकते हैं क्या?
देखो, नाम तो मैंने अपना बताया नहीं. तुम्हारे क्वेश्चन हमेशा अजीब से होते हैं
सर. जो
हाँ, ये सब पहले सेलेक्ट कर लेंगे फिर करेंगे, ठीक है? जो ऑब्जर्व होगा वही तो करोगे यार. और जीरो हो सकता है जब फाई की वैल्यू जीरो होगी. ये कहानी तो यहीं से शुरू किया था, नहीं किया था? चलो,
yes.
है ना? Look at this is one of the beautiful problem, and let's try to again this problem have a very nice kind of situation. Look at this problem. This is very interesting. And listen, as time goes, people try to understand the thing into different way. The ideal Compton spring quantum effect will just understood by the help of lambda or delta lambda. But in the new form of Compton effect, in the practical form of Compton effect, what we need to write each and everything in terms of energy. So this is the new challenge. So in this problem, we are straightforward use the value of energy, and we will just try to write what will be energy of outgoing scattered or scattered wavelength in term of incoming wavelength. So this is the wonderful thing, and you will surprise that calculation will be same, but answer is very nice. And onto that answer, we will solve one very beautiful problem. But before that, let me let me go for one particular derivation. So this is electron. So this is incoming wavelength. Let's say this wavelength have energy E naught. So this is have energy E naught. And what do you have? This is scattered wavelength. This has energy E. And this angle is again phi, which is known as a scattering angle. And recoil angle is again theta. What we have to prove? We have to prove that E is equal to E naught 1 plus alpha 1 minus cos phi. So we have to prove this thing E is equal to E naught 1 plus alpha 1 minus cos phi, where alpha is equal to, where alpha is nothing but the ratio of incoming energy by rest mass energy. So this is very interesting. So this is rest mass energy of this target particle, and right now we are taking that energy of electron. You have proton also, so you can find m naught c square in this term. So we have to prove this thing. It's a very wonderful thing. Then we will do one problem based on this particular expression actually. So obviously, what you will do, how you will get this thing? Obviously, you will use conservation of momentum and conservation of energy. So let's go for conservation of, but right now we will write each and everything in term of energy and basically more or less in term of energy. So let's say its energy is E and we have E naught. What we have to do? We have to find E as a function of E naught and obviously a scattering function. So what will we will just go for conservation of energy is nothing but E naught plus m naught c square. If you want to just go for incoming energy E naught, and this will be m naught c square. And this will be divided into two parts. The first part is E, and second part is E is the energy of a scattered photon, and second part is all about P square C square plus m naught C4. So this is my conservation of energy. So we are just using energy part. Now second, we will go for momentum in x direction. So momentum in x direction. So momentum in x. So that will be, what will be momentum associated to this particular thing in term of energy? What will be momentum?
E naught by
E naught by C. So the momentum is बस हो गया इससे ज्यादा नहीं है ना, otherwise मेरा कान खराब हो जाएगा. That will be E naught by C, and its momentum is all about E upon C, and let's say its momentum is P. So we have also written this momentum is P. So again, the momentum conservation will give you in x direction we have E naught by C cos phi plus P, sorry, E naught, oh, sorry. So this will be E naught by C is equal to E by C plus P E by C cos phi plus P cos theta. And second part is this will be 0 in y direction, and this will be E by C sin phi minus P sin theta. Now what you will do? You will just find value of P square here, and you have you can find the value of P square C square here. Also you can find the value of P square C square here, and you can easily calculate as we have calculated in the last class. So what the first expression we can write as E naught minus E cos phi whole square plus, so plus E sin phi whole square is equal to P square C square. So this is the first expression. We are using these two things. And second expression we can just find from there. The second expression is all about E naught plus M naught C square plus E square minus 2 E naught plus M naught C square into E must be equal to P square C square M naught square C4. Again, you can just open all this particular thing. And once you will open this particular thing, what you will get? You will get E naught square plus M naught square C4 plus 2 E naught M naught C square plus, sorry, that will be minus 2 E naught E minus 2 E M naught C square must be equal to P square C square plus M naught square C4. So this term and this term is cancelled. Now right hand side we have again P square C square. Right hand side you have again P square C square. You can just again equate that. I am leaving this calculation to you. You will just easily get this.
सर वो सेकंड स्टेप में समझ नहीं आया
कौन सा समझ में नहीं आया?
सर वो जहाँ पे एम नॉट सी का होल स्क्वायर किए हैं वो स्टेप में
ये वाला
ई नॉट प्लस हाँ सर
ये किया, ये इसका होल स्क्वायर कर दिया, इसको इधर ले आया और होल स्क्वायर कर दिया। नहीं,
ओके सर ओके
कल तो किया था, आपने प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया होगा, है ना? Okay, so just you can do this thing, you can just equate everything from there. So if you are equating all these thing from here, so if you are going to calculate this part, I am just now going to calculate this part. So this part will be, you have E naught square plus E square, because cos square phi plus sin square phi is E square, minus 2 E naught cos phi is equal to P square C square. So most of thing will be going to cancel out if you are equating P square C square on both sides. So this will be cancel out, and E square must be also there. Is that any E square?
सर आपने छोड़ दिया
छोड़ दिया है, वही तो. So there must be E square. So E square will also cancel out. Now you can just go and compare this thing, and finally you will get the answer. So just do it, this calculation, or I will do it. क्या मैं कर दूं इसे? I think
हो जाएगा सर,
हो जाएगा, कल भी तो किया था, है ना?
हो जाएगा सर, आगे बढ़िए।
Okay, so you can just get this particular value. So finally you will get E is equal to E naught MC square upon M naught C square plus E naught 1 minus cos phi. So this will be the final answer you can get. But M naught C square, we are just going to divide from numerator and denominator. And this will be E naught 1 plus E naught upon M naught C square 1 minus cos phi. And what is this thing? This is a wonderful ratio of energy. This thing is wonderful ratio of energy. What is this E naught? E naught is the incoming energy, and this is the rest mass energy of whatever with the targeted particle. So right now we are taking this electron. This is rest mass energy. So in some examination they can just give you the ratio also, and then they will ask what will be the value. So this is very interesting. you have to remember this formula. E is equal to E naught 1 plus alpha 1 minus cos phi. So you, in the examination, you cannot do this much of calculation. So you have to remember one new formula, and this is the modern formula of Compton effect. This is the actual formula for the working of Compton effect. So this is very important formula. And please, अभी तक इसके ऊपर कोई भी questions नहीं आए हैं. There is not any questions. So I bet on this formula that they can ask directly question based on this particular thing. But let's see. Let's go one very beautiful problem, and let look at what is this particular thing. So right now, if you have any doubt, you can just ask me. I don't think there is any doubt. The same thing, whatever we have done into
sir.
last class, we are just repeating it.
हेलो सर.
Yes.
सर कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी का लेफ्ट हैंड साइड एक बार समझा दीजिए प्लीज.
Yeah. This is incoming energy of photon, and this is rest mass of electron.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
ठीक है? Now let's go for this problem. This is very interesting. Look at what is this problem. This is good. So problem is very interesting. So what is happen? So some energetic wavelength or some energetic X-ray have incoming wavelength E naught, and it is just doing two successive Compton scattering each on 90-degree angle. Find the energy of final scattered photon. Photon लिख दो, light लिख दो, जो चाहिए वो लिख दो. So what will happen? This is very interesting. Look at. So what will happen? Suppose there is first electron is there, and they are just scattered on electrons, so there is not any problem. So successive Compton scattering from electrons. So what will happen? This will come here, it will scattered, and the scattering angle is 90-degree. So this will be something 90-degree. So this will be lambda, this will be lambda dash, and again it is going to scattered with another electron, because this is moving in a some atom, so it may be attacked to another electron. And what will happen? Again it will making the scattering angle 90-degree. So this will be lambda double dash. So what is given the energy? The energy of given the incoming wavelength is E naught. What you have to do, you have to find energy of this one. This is E2. Let's say its energy is E2. And every time you have 90-degree. Maybe in second it can be 60-degree. It can be another, but I am just using 90-degree for the simplicity. In the examination, I will give you different data. So what you have to do, you have to just find what will be E2. What will be E2? Energy. Look at, this is the very interesting problem. This is very interesting problem. This is the story, and you have to just decode this story. How it is happening, not it is happening, this is not your concern. What is your concern? Understand this story, apply your theory and give the final answers as a smart person. Not give your mind or unnecessary waste your energy that how it can be happen, it cannot happen, or it can happen. No, straightforward, take the charge, execute it. That's it. So let's take the charge. So what is the formula? So the mother formula is E is equal to, because we have to write each and everything in term of E naught, and only this thing is given, and another thing is given that they are in the 90 degree. Obviously a scattering angle must be given. So this E is equal to, what is this value? E naught 1 plus alpha 1 minus cos phi. So this is the story, and you have to use this story. So what will be E1? What will be E1? E1 will be, very simply, E1 will be energy associated to first wavelength. So E1 will be E1, sorry, E naught 1 plus cos phi, or I am writing 1 minus cos pi by 2. That will be E naught 1 plus alpha. So this is the first E1. Now I am giving you 30 seconds. Don't talk anything and don't give me any answer. Just write what will be expression of E2. And then you will match it.
E naught upon 1 plus
मैंने
alpha
बात
whole
करने से
square.
मना किया था. लिख के अपने पास रखे रहो ना. Okay, 30 seconds is over. So the real error is done by that E2 will be E1 by 1 plus alpha. And please, and this will be E naught 1 plus alpha 1 plus alpha. This is wrong. If you are doing this thing, then this is 100% wrong. What will be alpha? Alpha is itself E naught by m naught c square. So what will be E2? E2 will be given as E1 by 1 plus alpha 1. So this is given by E1 1 plus alpha 1. And what is alpha 1? Alpha 1 is given by E1 by m naught c square. And now you can put the value of alpha 1 and you can put the value of E1, and then you will get the answer. The E2 will be is equal to E naught 1 plus 2 alpha. And what is alpha? Alpha is E naught by m naught c square. So this will be the in between. You can just calculate, just put the value of E1 by m naught c square here, and then find the value, then write the value of E1 for E naught 1 plus alpha, and then you can get this value. And you can find this value will be E naught 1 plus 2 alpha. So beautiful calculation of this particular thing. So because you have to understand the notation, this is the alpha is very critical point here. For the second scattering, this is the incoming wave. For the second scattering, this is the incoming wave. This is a wonderful problem. Wonderful problem. Lot of people will do this calculation because it will be always in the option. Even when I have done this calculation superficially, then I get this answer. But when I match this, I was surprised that what is happening. Then I thought, okay, that in this calculation, alpha is also going to change. And that will be different alpha. because incident wave is going to change and we have to find E2 in term of this. Now you can do arbitrary number of this particular scattering and you can find what will be the final wavelength of the scattering, or if you get the energy you can find the final wavelength of this scattering. I think you have to practice this question again and again and think this question very nicely. Try to think it. Take a cup of tea, take a cup of coffee and try to think what is happening and what is the calculation point. Okay, so this is one of the wonderful example I have ever seen into this particular Compton effect. So if you have any doubt you can just ask me.
सर ये A2 वाला एक्सप्रेशन दोबारा से
क्या बोल रहे हो
सर? आपने A2 वाला जो बताया,
अननेसरी क्वेश्चन मत पूछो ना, अननेसरी क्वेश्चन पूछ के क्या फायदा है? हाँ, मैं बोल रहा हूँ E2 is equal to E1 1 plus again cos phi is equal to what? That will be 0. So this will be E1. So incoming wave is what? E1, that is 1 plus alpha 1. So we have to find the value of alpha 1. Alpha 1 is nothing, E1 by m naught c square. What I can repeat more than that. चलो next question पे आते हैं ना.
Sir.
हाँ.
Sir, if phi is not equal to 90 degree.
Then you have to put it here. Then you have to put it. Then again you have to write the answer. Again you have to write the formula. Okay. What will be next formula? Suppose the second will be 60 degree. Okay. The second will be 60 degree. Then what will be E2? E2 will be E1 1 plus alpha 1. This will be going to change. And what will be 1 minus cos pi by 3? That's a simple thing. Okay. So it will depends what is your information.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
सर अगर E2 को मान लीजिए मैक्सिमम एनर्जी है तो फिर फाई तो 180 ले सकते हैं.
अगर एग्जाम में ऐसा दिया होगा तो बिल्कुल लोगे, है ना? Whatever with the given, then you can take this thing. And please always fix yourself to the basic theory. Because unless until you will not fix yourself to the basic theory, then what will happen? You will just give the superficial answer. So to give the very deep rooted answer, to understand the thing very natural way, you have to understand each and every notation. At this point, if you are going to understand each and every notation, it is more than enough. So let's quickly go to next problem. So okay. So this is the next problem. It is again a very nice problem. So what is given? It is given that incoming wavelength is and this is given in a new notation, and that will be h upon 2m naught c. Incoming wavelength is h upon 2m naught c, and photon back scattered so find the momentum of recoil. Find momentum of recoil electron. You have to calculate the momentum of recoil electron. So this is incoming wavelength. So if incoming wavelength is given, we can find the momentum also. So what will be momentum? Momentum is equal to h upon p naught is equal to, let's say p naught is incoming momentum, so h upon lambda naught. So this will be, you can find this will be 2 m naught c. So this is momentum. This will be the incoming momentum. So we have to just go for conservation of momentum, and in this problem only conservation of momentum is enough. And let's go for this. So what will be this? So P naught is equal to, you have P1 is the momentum of a scattered photon. So P1 is momentum of scattered photon. So you can just write this equation. P naught is equal to P1 cos phi plus P cos theta, and this will be 0 is equal to P1 sin phi minus P sin theta, and from here we can find that value of P square is equal to P naught square plus P1 square and minus 2 P1 P naught cos phi. Just equating, just taking this side and squaring it, we have done it a lot of time. Put the value of phi is equal to pi, so P is equal to, you can get, or P square is equal to P naught square plus P1 square plus 2 P1 P naught, and this is nothing but you can just find the magnitude will be P naught plus P1. So now if you are getting, if anyhow you will get the value of P1, then you can easily find the value of P, and P naught we have just calculated. So how you will get the value of P1? So we have lambda dash minus lambda is equal to h upon m naught c 1 minus cos phi, and phi is equal to pi, so lambda dash is equal to 2h upon m naught c. So we can get this value of lambda, that will be 2h upon m naught c, and then we can find that P1 which is associated to lambda, that will be, you can easily find, so sorry, this will be delta lambda, so we have to find the lambda. So lambda dash is equal to lambda plus 2h upon m naught c, and what is lambda? The lambda is given as h upon 2 m naught c, so this is h upon 2 m naught c plus 2h upon m naught c. So you can just get this particular value. I have calculated this value. This value will tell you lambda 1 is equal to 5h upon 2 m naught c, and from there we can get the value of P1. How you will get the value of P1? That P1 is equal to 2 upon 5 m naught c. So this is the value of P1. This is the value of P naught. We can also get it from here. So sorry, P naught is 2 m naught c. So finally we can get the value of P. So if you will put it into this particular equation, so you have just get the value of P is equal to P naught plus P1, and this P naught is equal to whatever the value P naught is, 2 m naught c plus 2 by 5 m naught c, and I think the answer will be 12 upon 5 m naught c. So this is very interesting. Now what you can do, if you want to do the smart calculation, always try to remember this all thing, this particular formula. Always try to remember, and you can start from here also, but don't worry if you know all this process again and again. So why I am saying that in this topic derivation is very important. Once you know the derivation, you can just quickly change the mode in which you want to calculate each and everything. So
सर ये माइनस नहीं होगा क्या मोमेंटम ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन?
माइनस कहाँ से आ गया? Pi phi is equal to pi, then minus 1 is plus 1. Okay.
Sir.
Yes, what happened?
So sorry to stop you, but the last part of the derivation was not visible. If you can dictate out the last part of
This
the
one,
derivation.
this one, this one.
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay. So lambda we have, so this will be lambda, you know, what is the value of lambda? That is, so I am just writing here. Lambda is equal to h upon 2 m naught c plus 2h upon m naught c. Okay. So this is the value of lambda. So let's go for the final problem, and this is quite easy problem, not very tough one. So let's go for this.
So there's one more class.
I have to finish this, so let me finish it. It will take only 1 to 2 minutes, don't worry. What you have to calculate? You have to calculate maximum kinetic energy of recoil electron if nu is frequency of incoming photon. So you know what will be formula? You have formula that lambda dash minus lambda is equal to h upon m naught c 1 minus cos phi, but in term of mu you can just write 1 upon nu dash minus 1 upon nu is equal to h upon m naught c square here, because you have to know the formula of relationship between nu and lambda. So that will be 1 minus cos phi, and from here you can find the value of nu. So nu will be, actually you can just get this value of nu. This will be, sorry, nu dash, you can just get the value of nu. That will be nu 1 plus 2h nu upon m naught c square, because we are using phi is equal to pi, because we have to talk about maximum kinetic energy. So once you will get this particular value, then you can easily find the maximum kinetic energy. So maximum kinetic energy of electron is basically h nu minus h nu dash is equal to maximum kinetic energy of electron. You can put the value of nu dash here, you can put the value of in term of nu, and you can get the value. So I am directly writing this. So Ke maximum is identified as h nu upon m naught c square upon 2h nu plus 1. You can just do the middle calculation with yourself. This is very simple. So this will be 2h nu. Okay, this will be 2h nu. Sometime this formula is also asked into your examination, directly this formula. So this is all about the Compton effect from my side. So next week we will go to the next level of this particular theory. So we will go for the next week. I think we will go for Bohr-Sommerfeld theory and hydrogen atom. Okay, so take care. Thank you.
Thank you.